So I want to talk about a thread I seen. It was a group of adults just talking about how it took them so long to love themselves because they were told by family members, by parents, that they shouldn't do something at a young age that caused them to not be or wear the stuff that they wanted until later on in life. I know a lot of people in society growing up, our parents not knowingly would say, your legs are fat. You know, why are you wearing that? You look fast, or don't go out there looking like that. Oh, you're doing this for attention. And all these phrases and scenarios have happened to plenty of us in society where, our own people we love. When you see your parent, that is your protector, that is your lover, that is your everything, that is your provider, your friend, your mentor, your giver. And for so long, that is the only representation you know. So, a lot of kids, they grow up, and regardless if they want to wear shorts or if they want to cut their hair or do something a little out of the way, just because of generation alone, just because of different mindsets, parents don't realize they put on their kids that they're ugly, that something's wrong with them, that doesn't look right on them, or don't wear this because you're doing it for attention, or you're drawing attention that you shouldn't want. No one will like this. You won't find somebody because of X, Y, and Z. And what a lot of people don't understand, that it carries on with them throughout their lives. Imagine you're being told by your loved one at 5 years old or 6 years old, 12 years old, don't wear those shorts. Your legs are fat. You got stretch marks. You have X, Y, and Z. So now you're thinking in the back of your mind every time you pick up a pair of shorts that my legs look too big for these. My stretch marks are showing. I'm ugly. We're hearing, don't wear crop tops. Why are you wearing crop tops? What are you trying to show? Who are you trying to show off to? Kids are being told, don't do this, don't do this. And that sticks with you because now it's causing body dysmorphia. Now it's causing insecurity in your child. Your child is, in a way, a reflection of you, and what a lot of parents don't know, or what a lot of parents don't tackle, is that kids see more than what you think. So I'm not going to put all the blame on the parents, is because, a lot of parents have insecurities, have this past trauma that maybe because of their generation or the era they grew up in or the environment they grew up in, they themselves were never taught self-love. They themselves were never taught to be happy, to be seen in a certain type of way and not have it be negative. So, you are all that you know. So I can see how parents can unknowingly look at their child and make these comments, not thinking anything of it, but these children are picking it up and carrying it on with them through the rest of their lives to pass down to their kids and the kids after that. And I think this is something that we need to break when it comes to trauma bonding. It takes one person to realize or to recognize the pain and trauma that runs through the bloodline and say, listen, actually, how about instead of looking at your child and saying they shouldn't wear this, or they shouldn't act like this, or they shouldn't present themselves a certain way because of the trauma you have inside, but instead of encourage them and show them the difference between safety and not. I know a lot of parents or adults, they would say these certain type of things, because you want to let your child be clear of, predators, or that there are humans out there that are willing to hurt them because of how they dressed or acted, etc. I feel like instead of bringing down somebody's securities, tell them You can wear this. Tell them they look good in the stuff, but also let them know of the dangers that are in the world. A lot of parents were taught, I'm just going to scare you, or I'm just going to be quote unquote blunt with you and not sugarcoat things for you to understand something. Not realizing that it's ingrained into them that they're ugly, that something's wrong with them, that they're, that there's a problem when it's not. So when I saw this thread of 30, 40, 50-year-old people coming and saying, listen, I didn't start wearing certain types of clothing until a couple years back. I didn't start liking my skin, my melanin, my features until a couple years back because of the things my parents told me growing up. And I thought that was extremely sad because I personally went through that too. Growing up, everybody, I feel like you wear a certain type of outfit, you go out, you're excited, you're confident, you ready to, you kill them on the streets. And then where you going with that? Why you wearing that? Who you think you looking good for? Et cetera, et cetera. You're hearing all these phrases. And now you're sitting there looking at yourself in the mirror, second questioning yourself, like, is something, why, do I look ugly? Like, what's wrong with this? A lot of parents make their kids go change. And, during those processes, during those little encounters, your kids are sitting there staring at themselves like, what's going on? Why can't I show off my legs? Why can't I show some midriff? Or why can't I even show my shoulders? So you develop this insecurity. For me personally, because of stuff like that, I just stuck to sweatpants and sweatshirts because it just kept everything covered. I never had to show anything. After a while, I started to feel like I was fat. I started to develop body dysmorphia because of all the things from, hearing from kids and from family members and just anybody in my environment. Just hearing those things just ingrained to me that I was a certain type of way. And not realizing until I got older, until I developed a mindset of my own, I didn't realize that all those years nothing was wrong with me. All those years I wasn't fat. All those years I wasn't ugly, but other people's perspective is your perspective for a very long time in your life until you develop sense of self. So when your parents or your guardian is saying why you got stretch marks, or why are you wearing too much makeup, or why are you showing too much skin, why are you wearing that, why are you doing this for attention, you're sitting there constantly questioning, if this person, the person that means the most in my life, is saying this obviously something's wrong with me. Not realizing that maybe they were taught the same way growing up, is just don't show this, don't act like this, don't be like this. So they think, okay, well, I'm just gonna down you or try to push you away from these things so you won't be that, thinking it's good parenting, not realizing it's toxic positivity. I feel so bad for all the adults out there that just could never find self-love until later on in their life, could never break through the trauma or break through the cycle until way later on in life, and see that the things that they were taught, the things that were around them, weren't actually good for them. For me personally, digging through all that turmoil, you don't realize how much was ingrained into you and how much was taught to you until you actually take that opportunity to save yourself, to clear yourself, and actually find a peace of mind. You don't realize how many negative influences was in your life unknowingly or knowingly until you take that time to say, I'm going to take my life back and be what I want and do what I want. Because everybody, no matter who you are, age, shape, size, race, gender, should see themselves as beautiful in some type of way. I think too many people walk this earth feeling alone, feeling sad, feeling ugly, feeling like something's wrong with them because, environment of or people living around them. But I don't think people realize you have what you have. You know, you could be a person with scars all over you. You could be a person with stretch marks all over you, or you could be big, you could be small, you could be, you know, a race or too dark, too light. But everyone deserves to look at themselves in the mirror and just be happy with what they have. And too many people don't feel that way. And so it leads to self-harm. It leads to, you know, getting surgery or self-deprecation or pain because no one was ever truly taught self-love and affirmations and being warm towards each other. And I think that's the most important thing when it comes to, you know, the next generation with people having children and starting families, is that we learn that we need to watch what we say to our children. We need to watch how we interpret things. I know how it's so easy for everybody to say something just off the top of your head and not realize this could affect my child, or this could affect the person I love years down the road. You know, this could stay with my kid for 20 to 30 to 40 to 55 years, and I don't even realize it. You know, children pick up on every single thing that they see, regardless if we as adults know it or not. And I think for us to start making a change when it comes to self-love and to show our kids that they are beautiful in their skin and that they are amazing, is that we just watch what we say. You know, we take that extra moment to think and say, okay, how do I take a situation that I don't like and make it positive for them? You know, and as parents and as adults, we need to sit there and think, am I saying this to my child because I think it's best for them? Or am I saying this for my child because I have this personal hate inside me? And how can I make myself better and stronger for my child, for their future? Loving yourself, going to therapy, digging through all that trauma no one wants to do. You know, it sucks. Nobody wants to know about the bad times, the sad times, or go through all that information to be clear, but it's a necessity because too many kids and too many generations are going through these moments of, I can't love myself. I don't know if something's wrong with me or not. I don't know if I'm a good person, or I don't know if I'm ugly or not, because of what we're taught and what we're around. And I think it's very important for, as we go on through the future, is that we just be more mindful of what we say, you know, be more yearning to lend out a helping hand, lend out a hug and an ear for our kids, you know, because a lot of the stuff that we teach children, it isn't that deep, it isn't that bad, but it's just what was ingrained into us. We automatically think, I need to teach you the exact way I was taught. I saw a quote that said, eventually we all become our parents. And that kind of scared me. That actually put like a fear in my heart, because it's like, if we don't find a sense of self, if we don't change the patterns and break the cycles, we all are going to eventually become our parents. And there's just going to be this endless timeline of toxic behavior, of this toxicity running through our children and grandkids and great grandkids, because no one sat down and said, okay, let's make a change. You know, let me tell you why I feel this way, and have a conversation, instead of just immediately going to the parent role and be like, because I'm your parent and that's what I say, or because under my roof, that's how it's going to be. Instead of just taking the power route in every situation, how about we just say, let's have a conversation and actually come to an understanding, instead of just being like, you just have to listen to me because I'm your father, or I'm your mother. You know, it's not going to work like that. It's not going to save the kids that we need to be saved if we just go about things that way. So I just hope all the kids out there just know how beautiful they are, and know that sometimes when somebody says something to you, it's not always in the intention of hurting you, but it could come off that way. It could come off in a way of not feeling loved or not feeling understood or not feeling seen. And I completely understand that feeling. But a lot of people can only teach you what they know, and sometimes what they know is toxic love. What they know is trauma. So I don't want you as a person to feel that, oh, something's wrong with me, that, that I'm ugly, or I should develop these insecurities because, somebody I cared about told me to. Sometimes it just takes people growing together and fixing themselves together to be something beautiful, to blossom into something beautiful. And I want you to always know your worth and always know how great you are and how beautiful you are, and the potential you have, before you let opinions and negativity ingrain into you and make you into a person that shouldn't be you.